So the portal is closed, and from an Illinois perspective, I think all of the dominoes had fallen mostly on who was coming in and out of the roster from a transfer standpoint yesterday, except for one, except for Mr. Ben Humrichous, the big time marquee addition last year that Brad Underwood viewed as a key part of his offensive engine that was going to bomb threes, be a starter, be one of the go-to guys. And that didn't work out. It was a rough year. Everybody knows that. By the end of the year, Ben was coming off the bench, and we obviously documented that, made a lot of jokes at its expense. At the end of the season, Brad immediately kind of touched on Humrichous and in season-ending meetings was like, "I hope we get him back. I hope we get him back." And then it went silent for a while. 5 days ago, I believe he had an interview with Piper where he basically said word for word, I hope Ben Humrichous will be back. So that still is the MO here. I don't know what that meant fully. Like when you say, I hope we get this guy back, that could mean like, I hope he doesn't enter the portal. That could mean, I hope he doesn't opt to retire because I believe Ben Humrichous has graduated Illinois. He took part in senior day festivities. He's got 1 year of eligibility left to play college basketball. So one bullet is dodged. He's not in the portal. Now it would seemingly just be up to Brad Underwood and Ben Humrichous to decide if they want to do this over again. Card, do you think that they should do it over again?
I think yeah, I think they should because I think that Ben Humrichous can provide. Here's the caveat here. I believe that he can provide shooting off the bench. I think he can. And I like him in that role. And also, I'm a sucker for up transfers that get year two. I think they, I think they inherently improve by being up a level for a year and then running it back. I think, obviously there's probably some cases that you could put that against me, but I typically like year two up transfers. I think they kind of find their footing a little bit. And I think you have seen instances where Ben Humrichous can be of valuable parts of the team and what his shooting brings.
I think people are going to be shocked that this is our take on this, but I completely agree.
Whoa.
I completely agree. A lot of jokes made at this young man's expense. I understand. He was bad. He's really bad. He was bad in his role because Brad Underwood was asking him to play a role that he wasn't good enough to play. There is a player in there that can contribute to a really good Illinois team. He started last season scoring in double figures 4 consecutive games. He had a game with 21 points against Penn State and 9 rebounds in 23 minutes. Like when he hit his threes, Humrichous was a really, really good weapon for them. He didn't do enough elsewhere. Like he didn't always rebound. He certainly doesn't have the Damask stuff that people kind of hoped he would have to become like a secondary creator on this team. He's just a stretch the floor guy, and he's just a shooter that honestly doesn't give you much else. But he can make shots. And I think there's a world where Underwood optimizes his role a little bit and gets this on the same page, and it works. Can I do the thing where I make everything about myself?
Of course.
So I played tennis, right?
Hmm.
I played tennis. And when I became a varsity tennis player in high school, originally my tennis coach had me playing singles, like right away. Just like go, you're our singles guy. I wasn't the best player on the team. Honestly, he was trying to stretch me to play singles because we needed a guy to play the fourth singles spot. So I was playing singles, I was getting my ass kicked.
Mm.
Not a singles player. I did my best. I battled out there. But after a couple weeks of playing singles and getting my ass kicked, you know what happened? I got mentally defeated and I was in hell and just didn't see a path where this was working. A couple weeks later, all of a sudden I'm a doubles player. All of a sudden, I didn't lose a postseason match again in the next 3 years because I was good at doubles and I could kill. And I got my confidence back. I think that's what Ben Humrichous needs. And I think if he comes back to Illinois, they're not going to joke around with him being a starter. I think that bridge has been burned. You're coming back to be our seventh or eighth guy. You're going to play 15 minutes a game. You're going to gun threes. You're going to do what you do best. Be aggressive. Make your shots. and I think it'll be perfect for him, and he'll really add to the team. We interrupt this sleepers video to tell you about an offer from Underdog Fantasy. Cart, you love Underdog Fantasy, correct?
Of course I do. Can I have a moment real quick?
Please. Thank you for that. In fact, I'm going to cut you off because our listeners like when we keep these short and sweet. Underdog Fantasy. Sign up as a new user, use promo code SLEEPERS, get bonus funds up to $1,000, 50% of your deposit match. The NBA playoffs are rocking right now. I played Underdog last week with a Cade Cunningham line. I'm looking forward to doing it throughout the entire first round of the NBA playoffs, but there's more. You can place picks on golf. You can place picks on baseball. You can place picks on the NHL playoffs that are rocking right now. Join Underdog Fantasy, promo code SLEEPERS. Support this show so that we can keep bringing videos to you. Back to the video.
Yeah, I would bet on Ben Humrichous if he does come back being one of the better shooters in the Big Ten next season.
Really?
Yeah, I would. I buy it. I buy the year two thing. I actually buy the jumper. Maybe some confidence early, get him going, but I think I buy it. Yeah.
Also, you look at the Illinois roster. I mentioned this in the Petro Boomin breakdown that we did. I think shooting is the big question still. Like I think last year shooting was an issue. And I think there's an argument, even with Andrej Stojakovic in the fold, that shooting takes a slight step backwards. You have to get someone that is just a shooter. Now, you could argue to me maybe you should try and get a Humrichhouse replacement that's better than Humrichhouse because he didn't make shots last year the way he needed to. But I think you and I still believe he can, and he'll bounce back, right?
Yeah, I think he brings three essential things to next year's team. One, I think he'll bring shooting. I also think he'll bring some size and like some veteran stuff. You know, he's been playing college basketball for a lot of years. And then three, we need some type of connection with the man upstairs in times of need. He will bring that.
Yeah. Benito Humrikovic
Mm, that
could
slaps.
work. Could work.
I,
So if
I want everyone on the team to get dual citizenship to sleep.
if you take Brad Underwood at his word here, he keeps repeating, "We want him back. We want him back." That would mean the decision is in Humrichhouse's hands. That would also mean, just to say it, he hasn't made the decision yet.
Mm.
He's had a month, and Brad is publicly telling everyone we want him back. Why hasn't he announced that he's back yet? He's not in the portal, right? He's not considering leaving.
No, I think it's like come back to Illinois or workforce for Ben.
But so here's my thing. If that's the two options on the table, which now they are, you can't go anywhere else now. Wouldn't it kind of be a turnoff to you if you're Brad Underwood that he hasn't signed up for it yet?
Yes, kinda. Like he should have been one of the first ones in the fold
Like if
if he's
you're
gonna come
debating, do
back.
you want to do this again or do you want to go be at a cubicle and you haven't immediately taken my offer publicly to be like, yeah, let's do it. I would kind of be like, dog, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Right.
I don't get it either.
So yeah, I would think maybe a quick announcement, or does Brad get a little tired of waiting?
I mean, look, you had guys already say they're leaving or coming back. Why haven't you?
Right.
I mean, what he, was he waiting for Cooper Flag? That already happened.
Right. So I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully it happens though, because I think it would actually help Illinois, and it would be one of those situations where a player gets to go out on a good note. Hopefully,
And hashtag the retention.
the retention.
Yeah.